There's something about you that makes people notice. It's not your looks, it's not your money, it's not even the way you speak. It's something deeper, a presence, a strength, a power that people can't quite explain, but they feel it. And for some, it terrifies them because real power isn't about status, fame, or dominance in Islam. True power comes from within. It's the kind of strength that can't be faked, can't be bought, and can't be stolen. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "The strong believer is better and more beloved to Allah than the weak believer, though there is goodness in both." That means power in Islam isn't about controlling others. It's about controlling yourself. It's about a heart that stays firm, a soul that doesn't break, and a presence that carries light wherever it goes. And the truth is, most people don't even realize when they have this power, but the world around them feels it, and it shakes them. So how do you know if you carry this hidden power? There are 5 undeniable signs that you have been given a strength that others can't ignore. Let's uncover them one by one. Sign 1. You stay calm when others panic. Most people break under pressure. The moment life gets tough, they start complaining, panicking, and losing control. But then there's you. While others react emotionally, you stay calm. While they let fear take over, you remain steady. It's not that you don't feel the pressure, it's that you refuse to let it control you. And this terrifies people because deep down they wish they had your strength. They wonder, how can they stay so composed when everything is falling apart? But here's the secret. Your power doesn't come from yourself. It comes from your trust in Allah. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "A strong person is not the one who overcomes others in wrestling, but the one who controls himself in anger." And Allah tells us in the Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah 2:153, "Indeed, Allah is with those who are patient." That's why, no matter how much life tests you, you don't break. People raise their voices, but you lower yours. Chaos erupts, but you stay composed. Problems come, but you trust that Allah will handle them. And this level of self-control, it's rare, because most people are controlled by their emotions, but those who have real power, they master their emotions, and that's what makes them unstoppable. Sign 2. You don't let people's words control you. One of the biggest struggles in life, dealing with people. Family members who constantly criticize you, friends who don't understand you, co-workers who test your patience every single day. Most people let these things get to them. They overthink, get emotional, and waste their energy trying to win arguments or prove themselves. But you move differently. You've learned that you don't need to fight every battle, that not every comment deserves a reaction, that someone else's opinion of you does not define who you are. And this drives people crazy, because they want to get a reaction out of you. They want to see you angry, upset, and affected by their words. But when you stay calm and unbothered, they don't know what to do. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "Part of the perfection of a person's Islam is leaving that which does not concern him." And Allah reminds us, Surah Al-Furqan 25:63, "And when the ignorant address them, they say, peace." That means real power is improving your worth to others. It's knowing your worth in front of Allah. Because the truth is, you don't need everyone to like you. You don't need to respond to every insult. You don't need to defend yourself to those who will never understand. And the moment you master this, your peace becomes unshakable. Because while others are trapped in arguments, insecurities, and emotional battles, you're walking away focused on what truly matters. Sign 3. They feel alone, even when surrounded by people. Let's be honest, sometimes it feels like no one really understands you. You're surrounded by family, friends, maybe even hundreds of people online, yet deep inside you feel a strange kind of loneliness. It's as if you're standing in a crowd screaming, but no one hears you. Why does this happen? Because when you start taking your faith seriously, something changes. You stop finding joy in things others obsess over. Conversations about celebrities, gossip, or meaningless topics no longer excite you. You find yourself wondering, is this really all life is about? And suddenly, even when you're with people, you feel isolated, like you're watching everyone else from behind a glass wall. But here's the surprising thing. Allah sometimes creates the sense of isolation intentionally. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "Islam began as something strange and will return to being strange, so give glad tidings to the strangers." In other words, this feeling of not fitting in is actually a sign you're on the right track. Yes, it's tough. Yes, it's uncomfortable. But here's why it matters. The people who Allah elevates often go through periods of isolation, not because they are disliked, but because Allah wants them to grow away from distractions, to reflect, to think deeply, and to draw closer to Him. Because the truth is, real growth doesn't happen in crowds. It happens when you're alone with your thoughts, reflecting on life and speaking sincerely to Allah. And this loneliness, it's actually protecting you from getting lost in a world that has forgotten its purpose. So if you feel isolated, misunderstood, or distant from others, know that Allah is gently guiding you towards something much better. Sign 4. People try to compete with you, even when you're not competing. Have you ever noticed someone trying really hard to compete with you, even though you never intended to compete with them? Maybe it's that family member who always feels the need to show they're doing better than you, or that friend who tries to outshine you at every turn. If you buy something new, they buy something even better. If you succeed at something, they rush to achieve something bigger. If people praise you, they desperately seek more attention. The irony is, you're not even in this race. You're simply living your life, minding your own business. Yet they constantly compare themselves to you. Why does this happen? Because people sense something powerful within you, something they lack but desperately want: inner peace. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ beautifully explained this reality. Richness isn't having many possessions, but true richness is richness of the soul. This means that genuine confidence and satisfaction don't come from outdoing others. They come from inner contentment and closeness to Allah. But today, most people define success by comparing themselves to others. They scroll through social media, comparing their lives, their looks, their achievements, and feel insecure or inadequate. They turn friendships into competitions, causing stress, envy, and hidden grudges. But the truly powerful believers, they simply don't participate. They don't measure their worth by the standards of others. They measure it by Allah's standards. And here's the real secret that others often miss. Your success doesn't diminish theirs. Your blessings don't take anything away from them, yet their obsession with competing only exposes their insecurity, while your refusal to play their game highlights your strength. Because in the end, the real competition isn't with people, it's with who you were yesterday. Sign 5. People try to bring you down because they are intimidated by you. Have you ever noticed how some people seem obsessed with criticizing or discouraging you, even when you're doing nothing wrong? Maybe it's a relative who constantly finds fault in everything you do, a friend who subtly mocks your dreams, or a colleague who undermines your achievements in front of others. You succeed, and they say you're lucky. You show kindness, and they accuse you of having hidden motives. You try something new, and they remind you of all the reasons you will fail. Why do they do this? Because your confidence, positivity, and inner strength intimidates them. They sense that you're headed towards success, happiness, and fulfillment, and it terrifies them. Allah explains this mindset clearly in the Quran, Surah At-Tawbah 9:32. They want to extinguish the light of Allah with their mouths, but Allah will perfect His light, even though the disbelievers dislike it. Think about how powerful that is. Allah reminds us that when people try to bring you down with words, negativity, and criticism, it's because your light threatens their darkness. But here's the reality. When someone feels inferior, they try to make others feel small. When someone struggles to achieve their goals, they discourage others from reaching theirs. When someone fears being left behind, they'll do anything to hold others back. But Allah also reassures us, and do not lose heart or feel sad. Indeed, you will be superior if you are true believers. This means that no matter how much negativity people throw your way, Allah promises victory and honor for those who stay patient, faithful, and firm in the end. Remember this clearly. They criticize you because they notice your potential. They discourage you because they fear your success. And they try to dim your light because deep down they know just how brightly you shine. My dear brothers and sisters, let's be clear. Real power isn't about feeling superior, beautiful, or better than everyone else. Sadly, today, we see so many people struggling with the hidden spiritual disease, the disease of excessive self-love and arrogance. They constantly think, I'm special, I'm beautiful, I'm superior to others. They obsess over their looks, their status, and their achievements, often putting others down just to feel better about themselves. But here's the harsh reality. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam warned us clearly about this dangerous mindset. No one will enter paradise who has even an atom's weight of arrogance in their heart. When asked to explain arrogance, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam clarified, arrogance is rejecting the truth and looking down on people. This means feeling good about yourself isn't the issue. The problem begins when self-love turns into arrogance, causing you to look down on others or reject sincere advice. Allah also warns us in the Quran, Surah Al-Isra 17:37. And do not walk on the earth arrogantly. Indeed, you will never tear the earth apart, nor will you reach the mountains in height. In other words, no matter how much someone thinks they're special, superior, or beautiful, they are just human, created from dust. And their true value is measured only by their heart and character in front of Allah. So, my dear brothers and sisters, true believers understand clearly, real beauty lies in humility, kindness, and compassion. Real superiority lies in faith, sincerity, and good character. Real power comes not from being admired by others, but from being beloved by Allah. Make this simple dua today. Ya Allah, remove from my heart any arrogance, protect me from self-admiration, and bless me with humility, sincerity, and true strength. If this message touched your heart, comment below. Ya Allah, make me humble and beloved to you. Your words might inspire someone else to reflect deeply. And don't forget, liking and subscribing cost nothing but helps to spread reminders that bring us all close to Allah. May Allah purify our hearts, protect us from arrogance, and grant us a life of true strength and humility. Ameen.